Hey guys, this is Stephanie at Shy Notebooks.
And this is Caitlin from BookChats.
Today we are doing the Hamilton tag together.
Yay!
Caitlin's over for like 36 hours basically, but we managed to collab a little bit and have some fun doing it. Just a warning for spoilers ahead. We have spoilers for 5 books: Unmade, Codename Verity, Blue Lily, Lily Blue, Darkest Minds, and We Were Liars.
We'll put spoiler warnings before each question that has a spoiler in it, but we won't tell you which book we're spoiling in that question. Avoid the questions that we give a spoiler alert with if you don't want a spoiler for one of those books.
Right, exactly. We are going to be doing little snippets of the song ourselves for the 10 questions, and we also are going to be doing some bonus questions.
But we are not singing for the bonus questions.
Yeah, we're just going to take a break. Take a break.
Come away with us for the summer. Sorry.
What have we done? The first question is for...
I want to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
And this is a book world that you would put yourself in.
So I'm going to start, and this was super easy for me. I totally want to be in the world of the Night Circus. If you read the Night Circus, you know it's this magical, fantastical, amazing circus that travels around at night and just appears and disappears. And this is, of course, the circus tent. Everything in the circus is in black and white. And then this is me as a reviewer?
Oh my gosh,
I can't say that word. But basically a huge fan, like a fangirl of the circus.
But I chose the most obvious, which when I think of where I want to live, I think of like a safe place. Like not a place where I am being hunted down and there are monsters and superheroes and dystopian futures. So I chose Harry Potter because it was easy and because I just think it would be cool to be in a magical world, obviously, where you're relatively safe.
And this is how you know that Stephanie and I get along, because we're both Hufflepuffs.
Okay, so that was
the room where it happens.
The room where it happens. Next is the Schuyler sisters.
Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. The Schuyler sisters.
Which is underrated female character. We both had the same one for this, which was Helene from
An Ember in the Ashes.
Right. And I guess let's talk about why you picked Helene.
So Helene is this awesome character who is the only female in her class of this, like, at this battle, this very intense battle school. Like, very intense. A lot of people die and or wash out. And she is just so focused on, like, her, like, being good, but she's also kind of vulnerable. But I think why I chose her as an underrated female character is because there are other females in this book that people seem to like better than her, and I don't know why, because she's clearly the best. And I ship her all the way. Like, I will go down with the ship that I ship her with.
I feel the same way. I think that obviously there are a ton of underrated female characters in the book world, but in this case, Helene was such a side character in this book. Like, she's not one of the main protagonists, but she should have been, I feel like.
I hope we get her POV in the next book.
Yeah, like, she was just surprisingly well done, and I, like, as soon as she just came on the scene, I was like, I love you.
She's so tough.
She's so tough.
And like, emotionally and physically, I think is what I like.
And
we could talk about her all day.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, we both picked Helene for underrated female character, and that was for An Ember in the Ashes. And the Schuyler sisters tag, obviously.
Next is...
My shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Okay.
I'm just like my country. I'm
young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. You can't just finish that. You have to finish it right. Okay. A character that goes after what they want and doesn't let anything stop them.
So my character...
It's beautiful.
This is the Darkling from the Grisha trilogy. So I know a lot of people like think he's like this super handsome, suave, like evil character or whatever. I don't know. But to me, he's just this black pit of blackness that is his soul. The Darkling is a character who does not let anything get in the way of what he wants. And he will manipulate and like kill and maim, and like he does whatever he needs to do to get to where he wants to be. And like I think that this question, like a character that goes after what they want and doesn't let anything stop them, is so him.
And I chose Kaz from the Six of Crows. And when he's presented with a challenge that seems so impossible, he's just like, okay, I'm doing it, right? And everybody's like, you're crazy, and he just doesn't care. Like, he is very smart about what he wants, and he waits, and he lurks, and he tries, like, really hard to get what he wants, which may not be the nicest things in the world. That was my shot.
This next question has spoilers. Stay Alive is the song.
Outrun, outrun, outlast, outlast. Hit him quick, get out fast.
Chicka pow!
Kaylin was really enthusiastic about the chicka pow.
It's the best part of the song, guys.
And so this is for a character you wish was still alive.
So, like, clearly, like, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
Spoilers, so many spoilers.
So my character is, this is a really terrible drawing, Persephone from the Raven cycle. When I feel like her death is so pointless, and like, I know we haven't finished it yet, and maybe there will be something in the Raven King that'll make it worth something, but like, that moment in Blue Lily Lily Blue when Adam realizes, like, he's the last person to see her, and then he realizes, like, she's gone, it's just like, what, Maggie, what? No.
Why? Yeah, I can't.
I'm just like crying inside
I can't remember when she died for some reason, but I really hope that she comes back.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, caves water. And mine is Rusty from Unmade, which is the Lindbergh trilogy number 3. And this book was kind of a mess. And
yes.
I feel like Rusty was the victim of that mess.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because he really unnecessarily died, and I just like ugly cried my way through the rest of this book. And the way it closed out was like so ridiculous that I was just like, but what about Rusty though? Like,
all right, this next question also has spoilers.
And this is for Burn.
Yeah. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Liza reacted when you broke her heart. This is for Burn, and it's the most heartbreaking end to a relationship you've ever read. It's clearly spoilers, guys.
Yes.
Spoilers.
We both chose the same book. Yeah. So this is for Codename Verity.
So this is a friendship, not a romantic relationship, but like, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah. I think I had this for a tag a long time ago. I think it was my coffee tag for Bittersweet. A book that I loved, but it just had such a heartbreaking ending. And Codename Verity definitely had that.
Yeah, I actually, every time I recommend this book to a person, I tell them that when they finish, they're going to need to talk to someone, and that they can call me regardless of what time of day it is, because if I'm sleeping, I just won't answer. And if I'm at work, I just won't answer. But like, it is one of those books that you cannot, like, it cannot exist in a vacuum. You cannot read it alone. Like, you have to talk to someone after you finish it.
Right. It just does such a good job of building up this friendship, and you really feel it when it kind of ends. Yeah. So that was our most heartbreaking end to a relationship. And now with a pick-me-up for number 6, which is You'll Be Back.
So I have a spoiler for this question, but Stephanie doesn't. So when her card appears, you can start listening again. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. So You'll Be Back is the sassiest villain in honor of King George. And I chose Clancy from The Darkest Minds. I feel like I haven't finished the last book in the trilogy yet, so maybe he becomes unsassy, but at least in the first 2 books, I feel like he very much, like, plays with people's emotions in a way that is just very, I don't know, it comes across as very sassy and very King George-like to me. And I think he definitely is always like, but am I really the villain? I don't know. And since I already chose the Darkling, I couldn't choose him again. Therefore, Clancy is my backup Darkling.
Backup Darkling. And I chose Kavinsky from the Raven Cycle. I'm actually rereading the audiobook, and every time Kavinsky shows up, I'm like, dang you, Kavinsky, with your smart mouth. like shaking my fist.
Yeah, when we were like looking up answers for this, I was like, half the books I read don't have villains. Like,
I know.
Or, like the villain is yourself inside.
Dang, Caitlin.
Or they're just
We're
pure
so
evil.
deep. Yeah, or they're just some unknown evil. Yeah.
All right. Next we have the Reynolds pamphlet. Have you read this? Alexander Hamilton had a torrid affair.
And he wrote it down right there. Highlights.
So this is a book with a twist that you didn't see coming. So I think I can talk about mine without spoilers. But I think that, do you have a spoiler for this one?
Yeah, mine's a big huge
So you can
spoiler.
listen while my card is on, but then mute when Stephanie's card is on if you need to. So my book for this is Death Marked, which is the second book in the Death Sworn duets. This is a book that basically the duet is about this girl who, she is like in a clan of like sorcerers basically, and they have a deal with a clan of assassins that they provide a teacher to teach the assassins who have a little bit of magical ability how to use it. So her predecessor died under mysterious circumstances, and she is going in to like teach, and she has to like teach these assassins, and she doesn't know if she can trust them. And also, by the way, she's hiding the fact that her magic is disappearing, like she's losing it. Oh. So throughout the course of both books, like you don't really know at any turn what's happening, and like the guy who's like the head of the assassins believes that he like knows all and can control all, and is very much like he has a plan, and he thinks everyone else is kind of his pawn. But the way that this ended, I did not see coming at all. Like, I kind of, right before it happened, I saw a possibility, but I did not see how it would turn out. So I definitely was very surprised, and I love books that surprise me like that, so it was a really nice thing.
Cool. And my book was We Were Liars. First of all, I thought that we were in just like a cool contemporary genre, and then it turns out
it's magical realism.
It's magical realism. Because I didn't know what was happening or where it was going, and I was really thinking we were going to do something really typical in like the contemporary genre. But it turns out that everybody that I was starting to love was dead.
Already.
Yeah, and so it really broke my heart. It surprised me so hard. Like, I was so shocked by this, and I don't know why I was so shocked and affected by it, but I was. And anyway, so We Were Liars for me was definitely a big deal. So the next one is Nonstop.
Why do you write like it's going out of style? Write day and night like it's going out of style.
Every day you write like it's going out of style. Okay, anyway. I think we messed that one up. I think I did. I messed that one up.
Nonstop is kind of hard to sing because it's actually a pretty, it's fast and slow and just, they're all hard to sing, okay?
Okay.
This is a series that you marathon, and I will start. So I have very few series that I marathon, partly because I tend to read while they're being published, and partly because I read from the library, so can't always marathon. So it took me a long time to find this one, but it hasn't finished yet, so I haven't like finished marathoning it, but every time I manage to get my hands on a book, I inhale it from the series, and like the last two I read in a row, like in 4 days. And that is the Others series by Anne Bishop. It's Written in Red, Murder of Crows, A Vision in Silver, and then the fourth book will be out soon. It's a book with like shapeshifters and werewolves, and technically, I don't know, it's complicated, but like there's it's like an alternate history with alternate world, but it like vaguely runs with our own, and basically humans are not the most powerful predators in the Americas, and they know it. Oh.
So mine is actually the Percy Jackson series, and it was just a really fast read. I read them all while I was at the gym, and they were all easy to get a hold of because I was borrowing them from someone's little sister. So that's the book that I marathoned. Okay, so next is Satisfied.
And I know she'll be happy as his bride. And I know I will never be satisfied. I will never be satisfied.
And
this is your favorite book with multiple point of views. And I chose Unwind by Neil Shusterman. So what I think is like great about this song and also great about this book is that when you get a new point of view, it allows you to look at the circumstances that you previously thought you knew what was happening and see them in a different way. So Unwind mostly is from just a couple points of view, but there's a couple places where it has one or two scenes in a different point of view, and it just completely changes how you see the book. The book is about this like crazy premise in which like kind of like live organ donation is a thing. It's hard to explain, but it makes sense, and it deals with a lot of like really big like ethical dilemmas and questions, and I feel like the multiple points of view really enhance the way that you perceive that.
And mine is Winter. I mean, I read lots of books with multiple POVs, but I think Winter, I actually noticed that the multiple POVs sounded very different, and I really, really liked that. But you could tell that they had like certain quirks that they would do. Winter would be more crazy when she talked, and, you know, Cinder would reference more like mechanical stuff. Winter has so many crazy things happening that you want to have everybody's point of views too.
So now the last of the official questions. All right, so the next is who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
This is a book or series that you feel will be remembered throughout time. So I chose a book. I think that this question for me, like, it couldn't just be based on the quality of the book, but it also had to do with the impact it has on pop culture. And so I chose The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I feel like with like the success of the book among multiple different sectors of audience, like adults and kids, and also the success of the film Quartet, I feel like it really has an impact and will definitely be remembered.
And I chose Harry Potter just because, again, I thought that was the most straightforward. I think Caitlin's answer is probably a better one. Harry Potter is obviously a pop culture phenomenon that spans so many ages already. So I can already imagine that we're going to get reboots upon reboots every 30 years. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
And this was...
And for suffering through our singing.
Yes, thank you for that. God bless you for that. And so this is me. I'm signing out from Shine Up Books.
And Caitlin from BookChats.
And I will link you to her channel where we just talked about book twinning.
Yeah, we did a book chat about what it means to be book twins, because we're totally book twins.
Yeah, so go to her channel and check it out, and I will link that as well. And thanks, you guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.